Okay, so let's get started for today. If you want your work critiqued, if you want to see your art appear on my Photoshop, go to istebrak.com and click on the subreddit icon right here. That'll take you to the subreddit. And Portrait Studio sale is going to be probably 2 weeks from now. Most likely it'll start the weekend of the 18th. Everything on my store, including my masterclass, are going to be 50% off, up to 50% off. So let's get started on today's class. And I wanted to talk about what's being done wrong. So knowledge isn't that if you had only had more knowledge, you would have painted better. It's not just that. Knowledge is if you had more knowledge, you would have known you have more options for you to paint with. For instance, why pick a canvas size that does not accommodate in any way? Why pick a thumbnail canvas size? I think because, Instagram and all of that have been changed, and thumbnails online altogether have changed the way people approach what a frame or what an acceptable canvas is. But a square canvas, and I call it a tile canvas, is just not accommodating in any way. It is neither horizontal nor vertical. It restricts where the eyes can move. Really, the best place in a square canvas is just right in the center, and anything that exists outside of that is just a little bit unusual. Negative space tends to take over, whereas negative space should be supporting, not taking over. So this, again, is an example of a lack of knowledge. A lack of knowledge can sometimes be a lack of an awareness of your options. You have options. You have an option for a different pose. You have an option for a different hairstyle or different movement in the hair. You are just showing us with this illustration how small the pool of options you have in your mind is. And that comes from a lack of referencing. Referencing opens the options up for you. Referencing is like, hey, you don't have any particular idea of what hair does while it billows. That's fine. All you have to do is interpret the brushstrokes. The reference will literally give you an arrangement of hair that looks better than just a bunch of swirly lines like this. They're not even swirly, they just bend, and they all bend in the exact same way. A reference will show you, hey, you can have a different canvas size, you can have a different pose. So this class is about knowing that knowledge and exposure to other people's art, being part of a community, exposure to reference, and just doing a little bit more research will result in overall not just a change, maybe no change at all in your skill. Maybe none of your skill changes. You'll still paint like this, but at least you painted like this and had a better pose, had a better design for the hair, and had a better look overall. And at least the canvas would have been something else. So I don't know, again, if you cropped the canvas before you submitted this to the critique wall. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just going to expand the canvas now and show you the options you have. The changes I made today are about recognizing how many design options you have. It's not about learning to paint good. It's not about getting good. It's not about any of that. It's about doing good research, knowing your options are out there, and not limiting yourself to whatever your imagination could yield that day. Look, you are allowed to explore these options that you have. It's the age of the internet, and still we have artists who don't know how much power they have access to. I think it's time you guys got that wake-up call that half of the skill of being an artist is knowing and pursuing the unusual, the changed combination of subject matter, the appealing composition, all of that. All right, so let's take a look at the before and after. Just these small changes, the painting already has so much newer appeal. So before, it was just a thumbnail. It was just like a school ID photo. There's not much going on. And after, same exact painting, you just explored a different pose. You explored a different angle for the canvas, and the illustration is kind of tilted over from the canvas orientation, and the hair just has a different pattern. All right, so now I'm going to make painting changes. These are now design, but also technical skill related changes. They're not strictly to do with options. It's more just, you could have done this better, you could have done this better. So just the tilt and the angle of the head did a lot, but now I'm going to try to make sense of this character. I'm just going to render the face now. I'm just going to give it some interesting elements. So the first thing I'm going to do is just give the eyebrow bone some structure. This is where a 14-day challenge comes in handy. I'm going to strengthen this edge here. So this is the technical stuff. So write that back to me. You don't need to study option knowledge. You just need to know it. And to know it is to just watch more of my videos, leave likes and comments, and help me out with the algorithm. And look at all the changes I've made across time to all of the different illustrations that we have been seeing in my channel. All the submissions, all of that, they all comes from different shapes and sizes, and each person is different from the other. And so you have so many composition ideas just watching video history. So I'm just going to take some creative liberty and just bring in an option for the dress that's just a bit different. And so one thing you can do is just decrease the brightness in the background. Now I will just add the blackest black parts, which are the parts just at the bottom of the canvas, just her dress, whatever else. Let's take a look at the before and after. So before, obviously huge changes, but I just wanted to show you how to elevate a painting, how to make changes that look like they are after years of work into just a couple hours of work. So after, before, after. It's not hard to add more to your paintings if you approach it in that organized way. So obviously today you learn the knowledge here. You learn the options. Copy them, do them, make the changes. But know that there are two very different critiques I did today. I did the critique where I changed the illustration basic options that you had available to you. And there's the critique where I added my own skill and changes and options there after that. Two very different types of knowledge. One is technical knowledge, which is my technical skill, my ability to blend, my knowledge of portraits, all of that. And then there's the knowledge that doesn't take years to develop. You're shown the option, and now you know you have the option. It's right there. It's live. You learn it. It doesn't take years of practice to develop this taste for all these options and these changes that you have. So thank you guys for watching today. If you guys want to submit your work for critique, all you have to do is go to istebrak.com and click on the subreddit icon right here. This will take you to my subreddit. So if you want private tutoring with me, but you can't afford it, there's an option where you get up to 2 hours with me for free. And the winner of this challenge isn't about skill. It's about trying new things. Just like I talked about today, it's about trying new things, trying to paint something you've never painted before. That was what Sketchtember was about as well. But this is another challenge for you guys. It's due November 30th. Read the brief. It's my own personal creative writing. It's not that long, and it's about designing the character and the weapon. It's going to be due in about 30 days or less. Not even 30 days. What am I saying? 1, 2, 3, like a little bit over 3 weeks. And you have to submit all the work with it. Obviously, you have to submit your all of that planning stuff, references, mood boards, everything, thumbnails, all of that. Submit that. I want to see posts on the subreddit wall. Hey, can you critique my thumbs, etc. This is the kind of work I'm looking for. But if you want to just submit your work for critique today, this is not where I found today's piece. I found today's piece from the Discord community. So you can go to community and join the Discord by using the link right here. Please let me know if this link doesn't work. It should, but please let me know if it doesn't. Yeah, that's it. Portrait Studio and everything on my store will be on sale in less than 2 weeks. And it'll be like 50% off for that whole end of year sale I've been promising you guys for a while. Thank you guys for watching today. I really appreciate the support. Please, please, please consider joining as a $1 patron. I am teaching my knowledge for free, all the knowledge. I don't reduce the amount of knowledge I share if I'm doing it for free or not. The knowledge is the same. So if you guys want to give back and keep my community alive, please consider joining as a $1 patron. And I'll see you guys next class. Bye.